Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. So today I have a bit of a different video for you. I'm not sure if anyone's gonna enjoy it or not, but I figured there's no harm in trying. So I am going to be talking about movies that I really want to see and why, and then I'm going to give you a little bit of a backstory about what I usually watch and what my favorite movies are. If you like this idea, let me know down below, and if you hate it and you only want to see perfume content, then please let me know that as well, and I will take all of your comments under advisement. To begin with, the first movie that I'm really looking forward to seeing is American Sweatshop. I don't know if I'm going to put up a picture over here and show you the cover or a picture of the trailer or something. If you don't know what this is, I will read a little bit about it for you. So American Sweatshop came out this year, just recently. As far as I know, so far it's not available to watch in Australia. I did look it up and I tried to find it on Prime and stuff, and it was only available to watch like in the US. It kept saying, or like not in this country, it kept saying not available for viewing in your country, in your location, and I was a little bit offended because I was really waiting for it. So this one, I'm just gonna read out a couple of the ratings. So on IMDb it has 5.3 out of 10, and then on Rotten Tomatoes it has 80% and then 58% Metacritic. I don't know, it's interesting. A social media moderator is tasked with purging the most offensive content from the internet. When she sees a video that appears to show a crime, she's lured into a dangerous world as she obsessively looks to hold someone accountable. This is so intriguing to me. I am so fascinated by the concept of content moderation. I feel like it would be an awful job and really disgusting, but also very simple, but also very horrible. I feel like there's layers to it. This movie is also starring Lily Reinhart, who I am a big fan of. So that is part of the reason that I want to watch it. The other part is just, I love a good, mysterious, kind of like anxiety-inducing thriller. I like watching things that induce anxiety to an extent because I have bad anxiety in real life. So if it's fake, there's kind of like a weird line where it's like goes from like fun adrenaline anxiety in a movie rather than like real anxiety of like, I have to go to a job interview. I feel like this is something I would really enjoy. Yeah, it has seemingly mixed reviews. Some people seem to think it's good, some people don't. I kind of assume that it's not like the best movie ever. However, I think it's something that I will personally really enjoy. So I'm really fascinated to see it. The runtime is an hour and 40 minutes. Not sure when I'll be able to watch it. It does say release date 19 September 2025. I think it was released online to stream, like you pay to stream it, on the 29th of September. But yeah, can't watch it here yet, so that sucks. The other reasons that I really want to watch it are that her character in this, like Lily Reinhart, the main character, her character is reminding me of Betty Cooper from Riverdale. I really loved Riverdale up until, I would say, like the end of the 4th season. The 4th season already was silly, but from the 5th season onwards, it's like unwatchable silly, in my opinion, personally. I loved the first 2 seasons. I thought that they were like really good quality, good show, but after that it gets silly, but I still liked it. And then from the 5th season, like I'm still trying to watch the 7th season, but it just doesn't actually make any sense anymore, so that's kind of rough. But I really love the Betty Cooper, like finding out mystery stuff, and she seems to be doing a similar kind of thing in that. And then the other reason that I really wanted to watch this is because when I watched the trailer, I got kind of a similar energy from it to Short Term 12, which I'll talk about a little bit later. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. And it's nothing like it in terms of the actual premise or anything, but just the vibe and the energy of the movie, or specifically the trailer, kind of reminded me of the vibe of the energy of the trailer of Short Term 12, but a little bit darker. So the energy kind of intrigued me. So that's why I'm really looking forward to seeing that. Hopefully it becomes available for me to stream it somehow sometime soon, because I am very excited about it and I honestly won't shut up about it, hence why I'm making this video. The next film that I am really excited to see is The Housemaid. So I'll put a picture up here of what that will look like. This one I really want to watch mostly because I love a thriller energy moment, but also I really love, I don't know how to pronounce her surname, so please forgive me. I really love Amanda Seyfried, the Mean Girls girly. I really love Amanda, however you pronounce her last name. I've seen a decent amount of movies with her in it. I really love her acting, her face. I think she's very pretty. I think she's a really good actress, like she's talented, and I'm just intrigued by the concept of the movie. I'm intrigued by the cast, specifically Amanda. And then also I do know that this one is based off of a book, and I've just gotten back into reading, as I mentioned in a previous video, and I really want to read the book before the movie comes out, and I think it comes out in December, so I should be able to read it by then. So that's kind of all I have on that one. It looks twisty and adrenaline inducing, so I just think that it would be interesting. I think it would be the kind of thing that would be really fun to watch. I don't know if it's gonna be too scary for me, because to be quite honest, like as much as I love like a thriller kind of energy, like I don't like a super scary, super gory kind of thing, but I love a little bit of a, ooh, that was probably a terrible explanation, but where was I going with that? Oh, I do get kind of scared watching NCIS sometimes, so I am not the best when it comes to handling scary movies, but I have watched a bunch of scary movies. I will say the scariest movie I've ever watched in my life was The Visit, and I would never watch that again. That was disgusting. But it was a very good movie, so I'm kind of torn. Like, when it comes to stuff that's kind of scary, on the one hand, if it's a good movie and it's scary, I want to watch it, but at the same time, I might want to scrub it from my brain. So there is that. Anywhooms, that concludes my speech about that one. The next movie I want to see, the next two are coming out next year, so I've got a while to wait. Sunrise on the Reaping. I just bought the book. I've almost finished reading The Ballad of Songbirds. I almost have finished reading The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and I'm about to start reading Sunrise on the Reaping immediately after that. So I'm really excited about the movie for it. I am a long-time Hunger Games fan, and when I say fan, I mean I'm deeply obsessed with the story, the characters, everything about it. I absolutely love, and no one will ever take that away from me. It's very important to me and my life and my joy. So that's why I want to see that. I love Haymitch as a character, and I'm really interested to see his backstory and kind of what made him who he is and all that kind of stuff. I do really love the Hunger Games books, and I really love the Hunger Games movies. I wasn't disappointed by them, especially Catching Fire. Catching Fire is such a good movie. I think that they have always done a really good job at doing the books justice. Even if they change things, it doesn't ruin it for me. I feel as though they're just providing a slightly altered version, which honestly I'm not offended by it. I know a lot of people were angry that Peter didn't lose his leg in the movies or whatever, but I feel like it just makes it so much easier to get through, because imagine if he had to have a fake leg that whole time. I feel like in a movie, I don't know, I just don't see the point. So I'm really, I'm just looking at my notes here. I wrote about to read book, fangirling. So I'm fangirling about it. I'm really excited to read the book, and then I know that as soon as I finish the book, I'm gonna want to watch the movie. So that is on my top priority list for movies to see next year. And then the second one that I'm excited to see next year is Spider-Man Brand New Day. I have always really loved Spider-Man. Specifically, you know what? This is interesting. My favorite Spider-Man of all the Spider-Mans is Andrew Garfield. My favorites kind of actually go Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland. I know his name. What is his name? Oh my fucking god. Tobey Maguire. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. So I grew up watching the Tobey Maguire movies. When The Amazing Spider-Man came out, I was so excited, and I absolutely love Andrew Garfield, especially in that role. I think he did it really well. And I think that the reason that I appreciate his version of the character so much is that he really put a lot of emotion into it, and I think that his acting is so emotionally charged that you get really connected to the character, and it makes it more realistic and more impactful as a movie. But I also love Tom Holland. He does it well. I really like the MCU in general. There are some movies that I don't watch and shows and stuff that I don't watch that are a part of it. I'm mostly invested in the Spider-Man movies, the Captain America movies, and Iron Man. So I don't care really for Guardians of the Galaxy or anything like that. I like stuff that's a little bit more grounded. I really want to know what's going to happen with MJ and what's going to happen, you know, in their whole story and stuff, and how everything's going to pan out, kind of. So I'm very intrigued to see what happens next. And then the other thing that has made me really excited to see this movie is that it's actually going to be directed by, or it's being directed, I don't know if they're filming yet, but it's being directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, who is also the director of Short Term 12, which I mentioned earlier is one of my favorite movies of all time. So that's really exciting to me. I assume that I would love it based on that, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I've actually watched a lot of movies with the same director and realized that that was like something that I really liked, but that's intriguing to me. I feel like that's exciting. So hopefully, you know, I have a lot more faith in it, knowing that he's the director and he also directed one of my favorite movies of all time. So that is kind of like reassuring almost, like a little safety blanket. But yeah, I guess we'll see if it's good. And those are all of my excited about upcoming movies. Just to give you a little bit of a background on what kind of movies I like, lately I've been kind of binging action movies for some reason. I find them kind of soothing, which probably sounds insane. I like a lot of gunshots and explosions and stuff. I get kind of uncomfortable watching stuff where there's like a lot of talking and like quiet pauses. That kind of like irks me. That being said, some of these things are a little bit quieter. I don't know. I'm just gonna read you the top 10 favorite movies that I could think of that are my favorites at the moment. This is not a concrete top 10 favorite movies of all time forever. This is currently based on things that I have loved recently in my life and for a long time so far. These are in no particular order. My favorite movies are Short Term 12, which came out in 2013, starring Brie Larson and John Gallagher Jr. I'm not going to give too much background, but I will just put up a picture. That is the first one. Charlie Countryman, starring Shia LaBeouf, Evan Rachel Wood, Mads Mikkelsen, and Rupert Grint. Came out, I think, 2012 or 2013. That's that one. Unicorn Store, starring Brie Larson and a couple of other people whose names escape me. I'll put the thing up here. That one came out, I think, in 2020. That's that one. Lost in Translation, starring Scarlett Johansson and Bill Murray. I think that came out in 2003. I'll put that up here. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself. Celeste and Jesse Forever, starring Andy Samberg and Rashida Jones. That's that one. That is an insane movie. Very lovely, very cool, very vibey. Barbie, no explanation needed. Deja Vu, starring Denzel Washington and I don't know who else. I absolutely love this movie. It's so interesting. It's very cool. Peter Pan, the live action 2003 movie, starring Jeremy Sumpter and what's her name? I can't remember her name. I'm so sorry. Sorry, girlie. I think her name might be Rachel something. The Way, Way Back, which don't know when that came out. Maybe 2013? Don't remember who plays the main character. Steve Carell is in it, and also that lady that my dad doesn't like her face, but I do. And last but not least, Collateral, starring Jamie Foxx and some other guy that's popular. Very, very exciting movie. It's very interesting, and I absolutely love it. And I hope that gives you a little bit of an idea about what I like in a film. If you've seen any of them, maybe you can kind of grasp that. If you would like to see any content similar to this, then please let me know in the comments. If you aren't a fan of it, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe if you enjoyed it. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!